The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. The crowds asked John the Baptist, "What should we do?" He said to them in reply, "Whoever has 2 cloaks should share with the person who has none, and whoever has food should do likewise." Even tax collectors came to be baptized, and they said to him, "Teacher, what should we do?" He answered them, "Stop collecting more than what is prescribed." Soldiers also asked him, "And what is it that we should do?" He told them, "Do not practice extortion, do not falsely accuse anyone, and be satisfied with your wages." Now, the people were filled with expectation, and all were asking in their hearts whether John might be the Christ. John answered them all, saying, "I am baptizing you with water, but one mightier than I is coming. I am not worthy to loosen the thongs of his sandals. He will baptize you with the Holy Spirit and fire. His winnowing fan is in his hand to clear his threshing floor and to gather the wheat into his barn. But the chaff he will burn with unquenchable fire." Exhorting them in many other ways, he preached good news to the people. The Gospel of the Lord. In June of 1940, Winston Churchill, who had just become Prime Minister of the British Empire a month before, got up to give a monumental speech to Parliament. And it was right after the Germans had conquered France and you had the evacuation of Dunkirk, and things were pretty dark and pretty foreboding. And he gave the finest hour speech. And he said that if the British Empire and its Commonwealth should last but 1,000 years, that men will say that this was their final hour. And he tried to keep the people of his nation and the world upbeat and positive in the midst and in the face of darkness. Today, Gaudete Sunday, is that roughly halfway point in our celebration of the Nativity of Jesus. Advent is actually a penitential season, although it's very tempting to celebrate it 100 times before December 25th with concerts and parties and get-togethers and what have you. It is not only a season of penitence, though it is a season of anticipation and joy and hope. The Old Testament reading from Zephaniah speaks about joy. The second reading from Paul's letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verse 4, "Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice." And so now it is something for us to consider in these remaining days of Advent, to realize that there is such great anticipation and joy on the horizon. Spend these remaining days in prayer, hope, and anticipation.